headlines. Wife for Akwa Ibom governor takes gender-based violence campaign to Ibono, warns of stiff penalty on offenders. House of Assembly Committee on Health tax medical practitioners on effective healthcare delivery in Akwa Ibom. King's Kid Christian International High School, Uyo, marks International Day of the African Child. And Nigeria Customs Service to clamp down on operators of improper imported private jets. We have details of these and other stories. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Welcome to the news at noon. My name is Mandu Isenobo. We start by telling you that the Nigerian Senate has appealed to the organized labor to accept the federal government's minimum wage offer. Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele made the appeal in an Idel Kabe message by his Directorate of Media and Public Affairs while highlighting the achievements of the Tinubu administration. The federal lawmaker representing Ekiti Central in the Senate pleaded with NLC and the TUC to accept President Tinubu's offer that is above 60,000 naira as minimum wage. Recall that on Wednesday, June 12, Tinubu said the new minimum wage would be sent to the National Assembly for deliberation. The tripartite committee comprising the federal government's team offered Nigerian workers 62,000 naira, while the organized labor proposed 250,000 naira. Bamidele assured that the current administration will leave no stone unturned in alleviating the economic hardship faced by Nigerians and give them a sense of pride. Still on minimum wage, meanwhile, the Taraba State Governor Abu Kefayas has declared the willingness of his administration to pay whatever amount there will be agreed upon as the new minimum wage at the end of negotiations between the federal government and the organized labor. Governor Kefas disclosed this weekend in Jalingo during an inspection of ongoing projects in the state. He reiterated his administration's commitment to prioritizing workers' welfare, saying that he will continue to work hard to ensure that the rights and privileges of workers are protected. Describing the welfare of workers as government's responsibility, the governor said he was duty-bound to pay whatever figure is finalized as minimum wage. Now, the wife of the state governor, Pastor Patience Moinos, says henceforth stiff penalties await parents who abandon or label the children as witches. She handed down the warning when the state Gender-Based Violence Management Committee, in collaboration with the State Minister of Justice, visited Ibono Local Government Council Secretariat for Gender-Based Violence Sensitization. Margaret Bassett reports.
Pastor Patience Enohu noted that Nigeria is currently in courts in South Africa pertaining to cases of labeling children as witches, frowned at the act and described it as a crime punishable by law. Represented by the Secretary, State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee, Barrister Ememete, the governor's wife helped that rape, either in setting of private parts, hand or objects, attract life imprisonment, listed other crimes punishable by law to include child abandonment, attack with harmful substance, forceful ejection from home, spousal battery, harmful widowhood practices, and administering a substance with intent. She urged parents to include their female children when sharing inheritance, also charged women to add value to their lives by engaging in progressive ventures.
a Camfori fought, a Temfori fought. Government does not want to hear that kind of story again. Anybody know from now, as you want them on them case, you abogate reform, we are going to come after that person. And that is why you have the police here, you have the civil defense here, and you have all the security agencies. Please, if you have children, make sure you take care of your children. Don't abandon your children for other people to suffer.
In a welcome remark, the transition chairman, Ibadan Local Government Council, Elder Emma Ibok, represented by the vice chairman, Mr. Ikoidem Ekong, appreciated the State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee for prioritizing the interests of those maimed and abused because of their gender incapacitation, expressing his desire to be at the forefront of activities targeted at correcting the abnormalities in the locality.
At the end of this program, Mbani Aji Nito from they could well equipped so that no one can Mirum and Chichi. They go from Chichi. Then I go back home. Etaleno, Nitoji, go from Etaleno, Nitoji, Kido, especially Nitombani.
Others who spoke were the wife of Ibadan Transition Chairman, Mrs. Francisca Emma Ibok, and the Ibadan Divisional Police Officer, who lauded the commitment of Pastor Patience Umoino in intensifying the campaign throughout the month of June to ensure the safety and well-being of victims as well as the prosecution of perpetrators.
When they go I'm so that they possibility of
as we have interacted, we have brainstormed, ideas have been shared. We as police officers, when we get or we arrest any culprits, we say to them.
High points of the event was the presentation of copies of a referral pathway document and the simplified version of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law 2020 to the wife of the transition chairman, Mrs. Francisca Ibok, for onward distribution to stakeholders and leaders of various groups. Margaret Bassi, AKBC News.
The State House of Assembly is to work with the Association of Nigerian Private Medical Practitioners for effective healthcare delivery in Akwa Ibom. A comment was made during a meeting between the House Committee on Health and the Association at the Assembly Complex. This followed a motion presented at plenary and an invitation to the Medical Practitioners Legislative Affairs reporter Uyukoswa completes the story.
The association's chairman, Dr. Emmanuel Panabong, highlighted some challenges they are facing to include the Japa syndrome, multiple taxation, excessive electricity tariff hike, non-availability of loans and grants for members, among others, and sought government's intervention.
I congratulate the House of Assembly and the State Executive for all that has been happening in this state in favor of health. Let me point out that except for personal interest by some of the members, like the Chairman House Committee on Health, the private sector in healthcare has been not only ignored, but viewed as a competitor to be cowed down so seriously.
On his part, the Chairman House Committee on Health and member representing Ibion Ibom, Mr. Moses Essien, raised concerns on the standard of the facilities, competence and attitude of staff towards patients, activities of quacks, among others. He, however, assured the association of the Assembly's readiness to make the relevant laws, engage necessary government authorities, and to find lasting solutions to these challenges.
Gone are the days where the entire system of the state will depend on government for healthcare delivery. Government alone cannot give the necessary provisions needed to help our health sector. We need private hospital owners, people that are interested in healthcare delivery, to also be partners with government.
Meanwhile, as part of activities to mark his 1 year in the legislature, Mr. Moses Essien presented the Director General of his Enwonwapasi campaign organization, Mr. Basi Ibiok, a new car and thanked him for the role he played that culminated in his emergence as member representing Ibionibum State constituency. He also launched a 5 million naira scholarship grant for students and a 10 million naira business support fund for small enterprises in the state constituency. Speaking at the Ibionibum Youth for Democracy and Development Congress, Mr. Essien explained that his gesture is in support of the Arise agenda of the Moino administration. The Ibionibum lawmaker, who is the Board of Trustees chairman of the organization, said his people will support Governor Moino following his love for them, the projects cited in their domain, and the ones he has promised to do for them. At the meeting, 10 students each from the 12 wards, 12 coordinators, 12 women and 12 youths got 50,000 naira each as business support grants from the state lawmaker. Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
A special service has been held in honor of the President of the National Council for Women Societies, Haja Lam Adamu, who died recently. The service was organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare in collaboration with the state chapter of NCWA's Yangenopor reports.
In a touching tribute, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Nyedi Akpan, described the late Hajia Lami Adamu as a true champion of women and young girls, stressing that she was a strong pillar who showed dedication in empowering and advocating for the rights of women and girls in Nigeria. According to Dr. Nyedi Akpan, Hajia Lami Adamu's tireless effort in advancing gender equality and creating opportunities for women and young girls to thrive cannot be forgotten in a hurry. She said, as a champion for gender equality, Hajia Adamu will be remembered for her passion, resilience, and commitment to making a positive impact on the lives of those around her, urging the NCWS community to be consoled by the fact that the legacy of late Hajia will continue to live on through the countless lives she touched. Dr. Diakban was represented by the Director Administration in the ministry, Mrs. Afiong Nkom.
I stand here on behalf of my Honorable Commissioner, Dr. Diakban, to read this tribute to late Hajia Lami Lam. We bid farewell to a trailblazer, a champion of women's empowerment, and a shining star in the development of gender equality, courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the advancement of women's rights.
The state president of the National Council for Women Societies, NCWA's, Lady Donasiro Koko, in her tribute, described late Hajia Lami Adamu as a mother figure and a beautiful role model, highlighting the profound impact that she had on NCWA's as a whole and the lives of women and girls. According to her, Hajia Lami Adamu's nurturing spirit and ability to inspire others through her actions and words was second to none, and pray to God to rest her soul.
We celebrate her remarkable legacy and the impact she had on our organization, inspiring us to strive for greater heights. May her memory continue to inspire and motivate us to work towards a brighter future for all women. We stand in solidarity with you.
At the event, Apostle Emilia Saba delivered a sermon on the topic, God is watching you, urging attendees to reflect on the actions and choices in life. She emphasized the importance of living a life of integrity and righteousness, stressing that God watches over everyone.
If we can make it and inform, no matter all the women we have, I am standing before God naked.
Some members of NCWA's also spoke of the late Hajia Adamu.
I admired her. I did very well. We are loving and based on Mommy, National President, you were a mother with a distinguished character, a disciplinarian.
That is she never lived to get it for me.
The event held at the Women Development Center, IBB Way, Uyo. Eyagenopo, AKBC News.
Now when we return, we'll bring you the story that King's Kid Christian International Day of the African Child. We'll bring you that story and others on the last lap. Please don't go away.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's on him and you know. We go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we day. It's on him and you know. No matter where we day, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony. Yeah.
Thank you for being a great company. Now to the rest of the stories. June 16 every year has been etched in history as a reminder of the sacrifices made by young students in the pursuit of educational equality. In 1976, scores of students in Soweto, South Africa, were brutally massacred for protesting against the injustices in the education system. To mark this event, King's Kid Christian International High School, Sam Adam Street, with housing estate to you, relived the memories of those martyred students by celebrating the International Day of the African Child with cultural competition. The event showcased the essence of the African child, highlighting the importance of preserving our rich heritage and promoting educational excellence. Udwagabasi Okosan has the rest of the report.
It was fun to witness the students of King's Kid Christian International High School commemorate the International Day of the African Child with a cultural competition. They showcased various African cultures, cuisines, and languages. Countries represented were Liberia, Morocco, Somalia, Cameroon, Tunisia, Zimbabwe, and Togo. The occasion was graced by the school's founder, Professor Etemudo Isien, who expressed his delight at the students' performance and saluted their efforts, saying talent exhibited at the event is a testament to the richness of African heritage.
Africa will be what we want it to be, and we will grow to be great and take our position. I want to by thanking God for making Africa what it is.
The event featured a debate on the topic African children are more cultured than the Western children, a dance competition, and a food exhibition. At the end of the contest, the student who represented Somalia secured third place, Cameroon came second, and Togo emerged the overall winner. Parents and students who spoke with AKBC 45 News said the event highlighted the importance of celebrating African culture and heritage.
We don't understand where we are headed right now, but we feel like our children have taken up the moral problem, they've not shown the way.
So my advice to the African child, I would say, love God, obey your parents, and take your academics seriously.
He has portrayed the culture, the cuisine of Africa. I think they have elevated Africa, and going out from here, they will not forget the roots.
An African child who is humble, intelligent, and responsible. Is that how we don't break things? I'll say, thank you, my mom, that disciplined me well to be who I am today.
My parents are strict, so the way they teach you, that's the way you do it. And they have so taught me that I would never regret it, and I have learned it. So I learned it today.
Rabas Yupusin, AKBC News.
The management of Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation has described as outstanding the achievements and services of MGM Hotels Uyo in the provision of hospitality to residents and visitors alike. It has also commended an indigenous, legendary US-based musician, Mr. Victor Eshet, popularly known as Mandatus, for the immense contribution to the entertainment world and beyond.
Speaking at the event which held at MGM Hotel, the Director General of AKBC, Mrs. Magdalene Udokang, expressed delight over the outstanding achievements of Mr. Eshet, especially in the music industry, and also commended MGM Hotels for providing unique services to the public. The Director General of AKBC was represented on the occasion by the Director of Programs, Mrs. Imabo Ongudo.
He is enough story for any radio or television. He is somebody who touches our hearts so much, because in the days when people didn't know what to say, he knew what to say. In the days when people didn't know how to dance, he knew how to dance. This is one voice that makes a meaning to a lot of people. In today's world, you hear them rap anything, but he used to rap something. I want to tell you that the predictions we made in the years gone by have come to pass.
The management of MGM Hotels Uyo recently celebrated the outstanding music legend, Mr. Victor Eshet, popularly known as the Mandators, at a farewell press conference organized by MGM Hotels to honor him. The manager of MGM Hotel lauded Mr. Eshet for choosing to patronize MGM Hotels Uyo.
This segment is just for us to say thank you and present you to the official media of the state government, so that however and wherever you are, this your visit to Akwa Ibom State will resonate eternally.
The legend, who was accompanied by his team members and a renowned producer, Mr. Lemmy Jackson, applauded MGM Hotels for keeping its hospitality standard high, noting the adherence to global standards. Mr. Eshet also disclosed his plans for the state and the teeming youths and called for a provision of enabling environment for those in the diaspora to contribute their quota to the development of the state.
We are supposed to be part of developing, helping. So you know what I've been doing? Turn around to help the children, educate them, help those that are widows, children that have no parents. That is what I've done, and that's what I keep doing.
The success story of Mr. Victor Eshet cannot be complete without mention of outstanding contributions of his producer, Mr. Lemmy Jackson, who has also done so much for the uplift of AKBC in terms of content creation. Mr. Jackson also made his mind.
The Yorubas, they cherish their own. The Hausas cherish their own. The Igbos, they cherish their own. Why can't we cherish our own? So I want all our people to rise up behind him and give him support and cherish him as well.
Now from the national scene comes a report that the federal government through the Nigerian Customs Service has begun fresh moves to clamp down on operators of improperly imported private jets into the country. Consequently, no fewer than 80 operators of private jets are expected to appear at the headquarters of the NCS in Abuja with their aircraft import documents. The special aircraft import verification exercise, which began Wednesday, is expected to last for 30 days, according to a public notice issued by Customs. The latest plan to clamp down on operators of improperly imported private jets came more than 1 year after the federal government suspended the action. That's our bulletin this afternoon, except for the top stories. The wife of the state governor, Pastor Patience Moore, says henceforth stiff penalties await parents who abandon or label their children as witches. She handed down the warning when the state's Gender-Based Violence Management Committee in Ibono visited the area. The State House of Assembly is to work with the Association of Nigerian Private Medical Practitioners for effective healthcare delivery in Akwa Ibom. The commitment was made during a meeting between the House Committee on Health and the Association at the Assembly Complex. We also told you that King's Kid Christian International High School Uyo has relived the memories of those students in Soweto, South Africa, martyred in 1976 by celebrating the International Day of the African Child with cultural competition. That's a package. We'll bring you more news at 8 and we look forward to your company. We thank you for watching. My name is Mandu Esenobo.